Hi friend, I'm Sophia. Let's sew a purple royal dress. Hi friends, welcome to the channel Sophia Sews and Play. I'm Sophia. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back and thank you so much for subscribing. In this video, I will be showing you step by step how I sewed this dress from the pattern New Look 6567. And this is the model that I made. This color right here, I want to call it the royal purple, lady in the royal purple, because of how soft and royal the color is. So without further ado, let's go to my sewing room and see how I made this dress. Hi friends, here we have this dress right here, all cut. It's supposed to be 7 pieces, and I am going to sew this dress right here. And this one is the New Look 6567, and this is the one that I'm making right here. And I'm going to call this dress the royal purple because the fabric is going to be purple, and I like this right here. It looks very royal, and I'm going to rock it like it's royal. So let's sew along. I'm going to show you how I sew this dress. So moving along, what I am going to do now first, here is the front, and this is a one piece cut fold, and then right here is the side, and we have 2 sides, and this is the sides for the front. This is going to be the neck piece right here that comes right here, okay? And then this is the back, and the back has 2 pieces, of course, because you know we have to put a zipper. So this will be the center back, and these are going to be the side backs, just like the front but the back. And this is going to be the neck, and then we have the sleeves. So these are the presentations of these patterns, okay? So where are we going to start first? We are going to start first with removing the pins from the front and the 2 sides, the 2 front sides. Okay, friends, so right now what I am doing here, I am continuing in to do this dress, to sew this dress, okay? So it said to base or stitch on the waist, on the sides of the front and the neck right here, as you can see. Um, you stitch, stay stitch here and stay stitch on the sides, also the back. But right now we're working with the front. So what I'm going to do next is go ahead and add this interface right here. The facing, I'm sorry. I'm going to add the facing, and you know, because I do my facings first, even though the pattern is asking you to do it, to sew it separate. So this is that's not how I'm going to do it. I'm sorry. So I'm going to pin this way and then stitch this on this way. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but this is what I'm doing right here. Let me show you. This is what I will be sewing. I'm going to sew this way, this way, this way, and this way, because once we finish, this is going to the wrong side, and it'll be okay. And then I will be back after I sew that part. Okay, friends, so now I have the facing on, pinned on. So now I'm going to stitch it this way, and this way. Then we will turn it inside. I will do the same for the back. I have the back already pinned, but when I start with the back, then I will go ahead with this. The reason I did not put any interface on the back is because it didn't ask for it, but I put on the first part because I want this to stay really nice and sturdy in the front. So I believe by adding, you know, a slight piece of interface there, it'll help to the fabric. It will help. So I just ironed it on. So now what I will be doing is sewing this on, and then I will put each side, front side, to the left and the right side. So what I will do is I'll pin it, and then I will show you how I pin it right after I sew the facing. Okay, so we've done, I finished sewing, stitching the facing on, and this is the right side, this is the wrong. So what I'm going to do, this right here is the front and the back. I'm sorry, the front sides. So we'll take it off, and we're going to pin them to the sides, this way. All right, we are going to pin it to these sides right here, right here, and then we are going to stitch it on. So I'll show you once I have it pinned down. So the way we are going to add this or pin it, since there's two, one for the left, one for the left and one for the right, okay? So we are going to add it because it's on the wrong side. That one goes there. This one, this has a pin in there. This one goes here. All right, so we are going to add it this way, and we are going to pin, remember, notch by notch. So we found the notch for this, and we are going to add the pin to the notch right here, and then we are going to pin all the way down, notching by notching. Okay, we go like this all the way around, and I did not iron this. As you can see, I did not iron it, so I'm going to iron it after I do this part, these pinions already, because it really doesn't look right. So we're going to pin, see there's another notch here, and it matches to this one. All right, so we go all the way down. Remember the importance of notches. It makes everything go right, especially when you cut your pattern, everything the same size. The size 12. The front, middle, size 12. The facing, size 12. The sleeve, size 12. And with those notches, you put them together and you just stitch. That's how easy it is to stitch. Now, stitching has its art also, because you have to stitch really neat. That's where I'm learning, and I'm going to learn with you one day. Not right now, but one day. Okay, friends, here we go. We have the two front sides pinned, and so now we are going to base it or stitch it. I'm going to stitch it together, and then I'll bring it forward. I'll stitch the front sides, and then I'll go ahead and just do the back also, because the back, you have to do the same thing. You pin it on the side, and then you go ahead and stitch it. And then I also add the interface to the back, put the back together, and then put the sides together. Okay, friends, so now what we're going to do, I semi-iron it out a little bit, but I'm going to iron it more once I turn this around. So this is the right side right here, okay? I added the two sides to the front, and this is the facing. So we're going to turn the facing around this way, and then we're going to pin it. But in this case, I am not going to pin because I'm going to be ironing it down so it'll stay flat. And then I will work on the back, but this is the way it's supposed to be, okay? So you could stitch in the ditch. I am not going to stitch in the ditch to keep this flat. I'm going to iron it out. And as you can see, this little V right here, that's what I wanted to be done. And then this right here. So we are going to iron this out, and then we will start on the back, because I have to put the back together and then add the zip, and I'll show you how I do that one. But so far, this is what we're working with right now. So let me show you on this side so you can see what I meant. I'm going to iron this down right now, and then put this aside and start on the back, because we have the front done and ready. As you can see, oops, I'm sorry about that. Whoop. Okay, so this is pretty much the what I want right here, see? And that's the look that I have here. It'll come out, it'll start looking a little better once I iron it out. So we'll be back. Right now, I'm going to iron the facing down. Then I'm going to baste the back, and I'm going to add the zipper, and then I will be back to pin this back of the sides. And this dress is already done. Almost already. Because we're going to work on the sleeves. Yeah, I totally forgot the sleeves. Add my zipper. Not on all, but I'm going to add it on this one because it seems like it's easier right now. So I based the back together, and I based it with this much space because I can use that much space. And then I add the zipper in the middle. I add the zipper in the real middle, making sure that the this the zipper is in the middle, all the way in the middle where the opening. Okay, listen. So what I do is I'm going to pin the zipper here and pin it here. Take it to the sewing machine. Change the foot of the sewing machine to the um, zipper foot, and then I will stitch each side, and when I come back, I will do it. One day I will show you how I do my zipper in different ways. So, but in this case, this is how I'm going to do it. So remember, I did not stitch this regularly. I just basted it so that I can add the zipper to it right now. So that's how easy I make mine, because I will tell you the truth that adding zipper was like the hardest thing for me. It never worked out right. And then I watched a lot of different ways to add zipper on YouTube. And so I must confess, I learned how to add zippers on YouTube. There is more experience, more professional looking way, and a lot of all kinds of trick and stuff. And I'm thinking, all I need is a zipper on my dress, okay? And making sure that it looks nice. And so far, like right now, I need the zipper on now because I need this dress like right now. So I am going to add it this way. Once it looks nice and neat, it's okay. So this is the way I do my zipper. This is the easiest way for me right now. There's another way that is very easy for me too. It's like I just totally cut a piece of this size, or 2 inch, 1.5 inches wide, and depending on the length of the zipper, and then I just sew it on there, and then I add that piece to the fabric. I'm not doing that in this case. So this is how I'm going to do it, and I'll be back once that zipper is on, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to reveal that zipper. So this is how we're going to reveal the zipper, by using this side down this way, and then we go in gently and rip that that base that we did. I did the top a little, so then I came in by the bottom. And so see, as you see here, here I have the zipper on, and then we're going to just make sure, and here's the zipper, okay? It's not all nice and neat as I want it to do because I'm still trying to learn how to add zippers. That's one of my weakness. So I'll cut these little, these little threads from the seam ripper. And now what I'm going to do is pin the sides of the back. Okay, we do have to finish stitching the middle down because all this were based, but now we don't have to stitch up here because the zipper already covered up for that part. So we'll have to stitch again down here because this is just based. But I will do that while I am stitching the sides. So what we're going to do now is pin the sides, the back, the sides of the back, like we did the sides of the front. And then after this is done, we put the dress together, and then we add the zipper. I'm sorry, then we add the sleeves. So here is the side, and we are going to pin it exactly like we did the front, notch to notch, the back of the sides. So here it is. We're going to pin, beginning, we add it this way, pin it this way, Find the notches to notch, and we're going to pin it all the way down on both sides. Okay, because this right here is the sleeves. Then we add all this together all the way down. We pin it straight down both sides. Once I'm done pinning it, I'll show you how I pinned it. Then I'll put the dress together. Okay, friends, so now we have the back sewed with the center of the back to the two sides sewed on, and the front with the front sides sewed on. Now we are going to stitch together the back and the front, and then I am going to add the sleeves before closing the sides. I do it different ways every time, so this time I'm going to do it an easy way that I learned from on YouTube. So let's go ahead now and get this sewed on, and then I'll show you how I'm going to add the sleeves. And after the sleeves, we sew the sides, and the dress is almost done. Beside having to sew on the M's. Wait. Okay. See, like this. This is the back. This is the back, and the front will be hanging down there because I want the sleeve opening to be right here. All right, here's the sleeve openings. That's one, and this is the other sleeve opening. So we're going to work with one at a time. All right. Now, here is the sleeve right here. And what I'm going to do is add it this way and that way. And then I'll close it after, at the same time while I'm closing the sides. This is a different way that I'm doing it. So what I'm going to do is take the paper off and then add it. I'll show you how I'm going to pin it together, and then we'll go from there. Okay, friends, moving along. I ironed this dress a little bit, and I had to cut the middle in a notch so that I can make sure it's middle here. So what I'm going to do now, um, if I will need to do a little gathering here, then I will have to do that. But first, I'm going to go ahead. And I did forget to tell you that I usually do my hem on my sleeves before I add it on. So this is the middle right here. So we're going to open this. Well, I am going to open this. Okay. Making sure notch is matching to the middle of this stitch right here. And then I will go ahead and pin all the way around. All the way around till we get here. And then the same we do on this side. Let's move this here. Same thing we're going to do on this end right here. See? And there is a notch here that's supposed to match here. That's the front. Okay? Then once I finish pinning that, then I'll come back. Okay, friends. So now I have both sleeves pinned to the sleeve area or the arm, and I have not, as in my other videos, I added the sleeves in a different way. So what I did is before I closed the dress up back to front, I just added the sleeves and pinned them around here. Okay, on both sides, as you can see, there and there. Very important that I did. Okay, I do that. You don't have to do it. Most people don't do it, but I do it this way. I add my M to the sleeve before I add my sleeves on. Okay, and remember, you have to put your dress on the wrong side, the way I did it, like this, so that once you put your sleeves on, it looks like a cross. But everything has to be on the wrong side. The sleeves has to be right side down, the dress right side down on the table, so that you can pin. So right now everything is on the wrong side. So when I pick it up to take it to the machine to stitch and put it all together, first I am going to start from the sleeves, and then I'm going to come straight down to the sides and so on. Then I'll just turn it around and everything will be on the right side. So this is what that's what I will be doing. So as you can see, there's the hem on. So all right, my friends, now we have the sleeves partially on. All right. So what I'm going to do now on the bottom, uh, the pit, the armpit of the dress, as you can see, this is the sides. Let me show you here. Here are the sides. And we're going to pin it together. This is the sleeve. Um, this is one sleeve right here. Here's the sleeve. So what I'm going to do, I am going to pin the sleeves. I'll pin the sleeves. I'm not going to pin it all the way. Well, no, I'm not going to pin it all the way down just to show you. But so here, I am going to pin the armpit right here to the next on the back. And then I'm going to pin straight down this way, all the way down to the sides. And I'm going to do it on the other side also. Okay. Here on this other side, I'll do the same. Get the armpits together. All this right here, after I'm sewing, after I sew it, I will be cleaning it up with the serger. And so we're going to pin also this side all the way down. The sleeves and the sides, we're going to pin all the way down as seen here. So let me show you this side only so that way you know. There. So we're going to pin all this down this way, all the way down this way. And then we come down here. So this is the sleeves all the way here. See, this way is an easy way too. And I'm going to tell you who I learned this from. I had problems with adding my sleeves. You know what I did one time? I added the sleeves and it was on the wrong side. And so I took a time to look at I looked at some videos on how to add a sleeve. And I did it the way that I had made the mistake, like just sew the sleeves and then put it inside and then that's one way. I showed that in a video before. And so now when I saw Mimi G husband, I made a dress and I did a sew along with Mimi G's husband. And he did it that way. And I thought that's an easy way, the very most easiest way. And I like that way. And so this was the way that I learned. And I learned that from Mimi G's husband, sew along. I don't remember the dress because that was like either a year ago or 2 years ago. I don't remember. But that's who I learned that from. And I thought, wow, I remembered it that easy. But not you cannot do that in every dress. That's my opinion. But I now I know how to do it in various ways. And this is one of the ways, and this is my favorite way because I figure, hey, let's just sew everything together, boop, and that's done. All right, the dress is done. Right now, the dress is done. All I gotta do is sew the sleeve straight down, and then the dress is done. And then put the hem on, and that's it. So this dress, um, actually like about 3 hours with adding the cutting. Um, I would say 4 or 5 hours because I stop and I do other things and I come back. But that's pretty much the time that this dress takes. It's very easy, and it was 7 pieces. So we'll see how it looks on me right after I'm finished and all that kind of stuff. So friends, I will be back with this dress totally finished, ironed out. Um, well, I have to do the cleaning with the serge, and then we will have the dress done. And hopefully, my explanation will help you if you plan on making this dress. But I usually want to be putting these on the video because I have two daughters, and I figure, listen, they need to learn to sew their clothes, and they do like to sew. It's just that they have different schedule time in their days. Like my schedule, I'm a nester, so boom, I'm taking my time. This dress, I would like to call this dress the royal purple because of the soft purple looking and type of royal color like. And I like it because of long sleeve. It is very cool even though this is still the steaming hot summer. Because of the fabric, it feels cool. And I do feel very sweet and royal in this dress. So I may make another one, but see, this purple royal is the color. So it's 100% Ryan and Ryan Royal. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe